What is up, bros? Me, Josh here. In today's video, we are going over the Tier 6 French destroyer, the first French destroyer to hit World of Warships, the Aigle. Now, this has been kind of in the work in progress phase for a little while. Looks like they tweaked some stuff, and I went back and played it and had a fantastic game with it. And actually, I'm kind of enjoying the ship a little more because it plays a lot more like my favorite destroyer in the entire game, and that is the Błyskawica, the Polish Tier 7. Now, at Tier 6, this thing is going to be absolute beast with a monstrous health pool of 19,000. Now 19,000 is high for a tier 8, tier 9 destroyer. You're up there with Fletcher level life. But compared to everything else, the Gaeta is going to be the closest with 18,600. But looking at stuff like the Farragut at 13,000, the Fusion with 12,000. Now that doesn't have survivability X, but the Farragut did. But the Fubuki 12, just under 13. The Nevi is also going to have a lower one. But still, 19,000 life is insane for a tier 6 destroyer. 5 guns with a really good reload of 4.8 seconds, and they hit actually pretty hard. Relatively high alpha. Kind of reminds me of, for some reason, the Pan-Asian DD line. I feel like that line has a really good alpha damage with its shells, and it was hitting stuff very hard. AP is actually pretty solid too. A bit of an arc on this, so I wasn't running AFT. I don't think it's really needed. Torpedoes. I enjoyed this. This reminded me a lot of the Błyskawica, and the torpedoes are just barely, so you're 6.8 detection with 7-kilometer torps. They hit very hard, which is kind of nice, and they had a relatively quick reload. I like that on the Błysk. People don't kind of look at that ship as like a gunboat. I find it as like a perfect roll boat, and not a rowboat, but a roll ship, and you can be insane guns with actually really good fast reloading torps for aerial denial and stuff like that. So 7-kilometer torps, not the longest, but I found them very effective in my really good game with them. 57 knots, not too bad, and they're detected at 1.2, so not too much time. AA is a short AA, so outside of a few, it's pretty unexciting, I guess. And maneuverability was all right, 36 knots, so relatively quick, and like I said, detectability 6.8. So here we are in game with the Aigle, and as you can see, one, it is a big destroyer. This thing is about the size of a small low-tier cruiser, maybe the size of like a Tenryu or something like that, and also maybe like a cab, high-tier destroyer. And two, it has a awesome camo. But with it being a big destroyer, you gotta be a little bit careful. Can be a little bit careful with Battleship AP. You can get kind of tagged in the face and lose a bunch of your health pool. Luckily, you have a massive health pool. That's really the only two downsides of this ship, I would say. One, has a high detection, and two, is a pretty big ship. You're going to have the highest detection, I think, of all DDs, just barely higher than the Farragut, like 6.6. But outside of like the Gallant, the T61, which is eventually hopefully going to be coming, and all the stuff like that, you are definitely going to get outspotted. So one thing I've kind of been playing around with is maybe running a radio location captain on this line. Now this might be the fact that, yeah, you're going to get out detected because if your detection was too low, like you're going to shred anything else. This line is kind of the perfect mix of a Błyskawica, which I love, is basically my favorite destroyer, and kind of a Russian line almost. You're kind of this mix of a gunboat, a DD hunter. So not having the low detection, but having the better guns is something you're going to have to kind of worry about a little bit, on top of having pretty clutch destroyer torps here with a relatively quick reload. So I find this to be a pretty fun package of a destroyer and really kind of enjoying it. So maybe run a radio location if this is kind of how the line is going to go. I'm not 100% sure. We'll see once the line is fully released. But for right now, I think I am going to run radio location on this, and potentially it'll work with getting that little bit of a hint of where they're going to be. Because if you are out detected, you're going to win everything. You're going to win literally every match. Maybe a T61 if it gets really lucky. With a couple AP salvos with its 6.1 detection. Other than that, though, I don't see any other destroyer coming even close to your damage potential on this thing. Not even close. So, with that, it'll just give you a little bit of a buffer, maybe give you a little bit of an idea of where the destroyer are. Because one, you're going to be one of the fastest destroyers at this tier, and two, you're going to be one of the best gun ships at this tier. So right now we're just working on this already. We're at 13k. Working the turpits, the derpits. We're gonna watch out for those torps. Now we have a destroyer behind us, and we have a basically an inopportune cross drop right here, basically with torps. So we know one DD is behind us, and we know the turpits is right there. So we're gonna try to break away a little bit. this is where you have to be really lucky. I was hoping that turpets wouldn't just absolutely obliterate me, because when you are kind of straight on a battleship like that, the AP is pretty massive. But again, 16k damage in that first little bit. We got lucky right there that the Nelson didn't blast us. He gets a little bit of revenge earlier. But for me, I can't just sit there right now. All their DDs outspot me. The Hirakaze, I think, is 5.4 or something really, really low. Akatsuki is going to outspot me too. So I got to be pretty careful with what I do here. But what I do have is I know that guy is in cap. And with my pretty quick reload, I'm going to try to go and put some torps on him, and then go and try to hunt this destroyer. See, this is where I would love to have radio location. I would have had my guns on this guy already. And here is the destroyer HE that will absolutely blast you. Good reload, good damage, and I mean, boom, right there. He's down to 18,000 or 18 or 8. I'm gonna say the right number now. 8,000 life, 2,000, 2,600, and right there, we'll just throw another salvo in. He's gonna drift a little bit farther. Got him on fire. So, boom. Down he goes. I called it a little bit early, so there he goes. Boom, down there. And one less Hirakaze would always be a good thing. So we're gonna see if he get that Miyoko or something like that. And boom, there it goes. Nice little double strike. So taking out 2 DDs this game. One with guns, one with torps. That's always nice. And again, as you can see, I just sent those torps out a little while ago. 25-second reload, so not the longest range, you know, 6.8 kilometer detection on your ship, 7 kilometer range on the torpedoes, so you can barely stealth torp. For situations like that, it's pretty damn good, and watch me just absolutely wreck this guy. So how are you going to play this ship? You're going to play it fairly similar to how you would a if you've ever played, the best comparison is the Błyskawica, which it's a really good mix between like a gunboat and having torps there as well. It's not one, it's not the other. You know, you play the Russian line, and you're this line that has, and here we're testing out the AP a little bit, which is pretty solid, but I think you can basically stick with HE a lot of it. Now, of course, if the guy is perfectly broadside and has a bunch of damage or a bunch of fires on him, then it's probably worth just sticking with AP. But I think HE, the damage is going to be fine. We know this guy just repaired, so this flood is going to tick, and we're going to try to help our Graf Spey surviving this scenario, though. But he did get tapped, and he didn't know my torps were going to hit. So the Turpets is going to try to get some torps on him. Down he goes, but he is going to get the Derpits revenge and to take him down. Already we're at 75k in the ship, and there are those Turpets torps. So down he goes. But still a pretty good trade. We're tier 6 in a tier 7 and 8 game, so we're bottom tier right now, and we're still basically carrying. Right now we're gonna start working on this guy. The fire chance on this is pretty solid. I think with 2 flags and demo expert you can get near 13%, which is very, very, very good for a destroyer, especially with this this fire rate and this everything. So Nelson AP gonna juke that just a little bit. There we go. And so I'm not running, my captain I'm running on this is pretty simple. This is what I think it's priority target, last stand, what's my third one, survivability expert, and then concealment expert. Pretty simple. I just had I didn't have too many extra French captains for a destroyer, so, and then I think I had adrenaline rush or something like that. So other than that, though, I think that's kind of the basic captain I would run. Maybe demo expert would be nice. There's that Nelson HE. Boom. Luckily, we didn't get anything knocked out with torps or guns, but I was like, all right, I'm good without taking another one of those. So what am I going to do? I'm going to drop torpedoes on this guy and just go dark because, all right, we get it. You can hit hard. And going to try to get around this bend as fast as I can because that hurt, and I can't take too much. Although we have adrenaline rush now, which is nice. We're going to try to get the distance we can. There's the battleship AP. Luckily, he dunked that right into the water, so we got really, really lucky there. And really lucky there. That was really good dispersion. He could have absolutely obliterated me. So right now I'm thinking he doesn't have a reload for a little bit. We'll get our smoke before. And so I'll kind of head straight away, and we can start working on him, especially since he just did a repair. So we'll drop that, get the smoke in between him and I, which means we'll cut out faster. He'll have no idea where we are, and we can then start working, start farming some more damage. Because already we're at 87k, 3 kills at a bottom tier destroyer. and using a good mix of guns and torpedoes. So I think my ideal captain on this would be probably, I would like to see. I think I would probably run radio location. Now, radio location is a great skill, a great captain skill. It's very, very effective. The more destroyers there are, the better it is. The later in the game, the better it is. But I mean, I don't think you'd run AFT. I don't think this is an inertia fuse captain. The arc is just too much, and already at what 12.8, you don't need any more range than that. That's like putting, when you see some people like a Fletcher or a Gearing, and there's a nice Atlanta, just shooting at something that's dead already. I don't know. But when you need that range, you don't need that extra range pretty much. One thing I definitely grab though is Superintendent. I think you're gonna need the smokes. The smokes aren't anything crazy. You don't have an insane amount of charges like the Pan Asian line. You don't have a insane duration of smoke like you do the USN line. So a nice little change of getting an extra charge would be nice. Now we are running premium consumables, so that's going to give us a little extra one. Luckily, the Tirpitz is listening, which is amazing. A Tirpitz that's listening. What more could a little boy ask for? But he's going to see. We're going to try to get some advantage. I figured both those Gneisenau's, because they've been playing pretty good this game, I thought they might push around this corner. They get kind of aggressive here because we have the Atlanta. They know it's there. There's a bottom tiered battleship as well. And so we kind of need that. But we're losing on caps right now. We're down pretty big. We have ship advantage, although 2 of our ships are low. Our Atlanta is shooting at stuff that isn't there, so he's not going to be able to do too much. And we have a DD that's can't really. I mean, he's over there dealing with, I think it's a York or something like that. Yeah, we have an Akatsuki over there dealing with the York on decap, and he's pink, so you never know what to expect out of a pink ship. But so we need to do that and basically start heading that way. I figured I could lock these guys down in B, and but Chappie's down. We're gonna grab that cap. We technically have 3 caps right now, although they are capping D, and it looks like our Tirpitz is putting in some pressure on that York as well, so that's pretty nice. But they ended up rolling back. I didn't think they rolled down south, which is really good, and Akatsuki got the kill, so we've locked that in. So we have 5 V2. Our Atlanta is going full speed towards the gap with only 9k life against 2 Gneisenau's. Now, Gneisenau's aren't known for their accuracy, but he is firing away and does not care. So we're imagining we're going to lose that. He's shooting AP as well against those guys, so that's good. Oh, there you go. At least he switched HE at least. And so I figured, this Gneisenau, he's playing pretty solid, but he might just charge through here and we can absolutely dunk him. And the other one, with only 7-kilometer torps, he's a little bit too far away, but he is heading in, so we're just going to try to chill here. Now, I thought he was going full speed and would just march right through. You never know, but he does throw on the brakes. I don't think you can see it, but I think I'm tracking him right now. And he throws on the brakes there, and then so we're trying to wait for this guy. And so he's pushing in, and I thought he was going to push through the other channel. I thought he was going to go this way, curl around, so my torps would have caught him right here. But he ends up kind of throwing a nice little juke. I try to throw out some torps. One of the things I'm really watching, though, is I'm watching the distance between. They don't know where I am. They know the general area where I am. I'm watching this range, which is something you guys can kind of use. 2 kilometers is guaranteed detection on most ships. I think it's for proxy spotting. I think it's guaranteed. So 2 kilometers. So I'm trying to stay far enough away so he can't proxy spot me. And the Gneisenau, known for being a very thin battleship, ends up juking my torps, which kind of sucks. But we have another set of torps in 45 seconds, so not too bad. He doesn't take any of that damage, and our Atlanta is just going YOLO. Our Tirpitz, for some reason, I don't think he knows what the German battleship line is like, because the Gneisenau's both have torps as well, and so he was thought about charging these guys. He ends up kind of slowing down when I talk him off the ledge, because these guys could easily win this game. They're dangerous enough. Our Atlanta it's only a matter of time before he gets killed because he's getting super aggressive with that. And so I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting right now. Our Tirpitz takes 1. But this guy's starting to push. Our Atlanta, of course, gets killed. This is probably the strongest map for an Atlanta, and he could have just sat behind an island and just arced over everything, but he is doing that. So it's tracking on the wrong one. Um, it's tracking on this, but I'm going towards this guy. So I'm going to try to help him out, and I'm hoping the secondaries don't shred me up as the secondaries go off. So we're going to tag him. I think we get him before his torps get off. So boom, there goes that Ganize now. So this guy's chilling. He does get the torps off, which kind of sucks. And down our torpedoes goes. Again, just 2 premiums thrown away at too young of an age, and did not deserve it. So at Atlanta, that's probably on Atlanta's strongest map. And then a Turpitz not being able to do too much. Now, he unluckily doesn't get any torps on that guy. But not much we can really do. So we just have to kind of chill. 2 destroyers. We have map control. Our Akatsuki is actually playing this pretty well, so he's going away. And I can just hold this corner. I mean, he has to push. He has to push, and there's nothing he can really do outside of he has to push this corner. So, you know, if he goes to decap, there's nothing he can really do. If he goes to decap, our Akatsuki can just cap. And so he knows where our battleship is, so he needs kills because he's just going to do this. So right now we're at 118k damage, which is pretty insane. Double strike, 1 devastating strike, solo base cap, and we're 1 away from that Kraken. So can we get it? So my thoughts is he was going to go decap and just drag this game on. What he ends up doing is he ends up curving around. So I'm like, this is perfect for me, right? I have fast torps, I have fast reloading torps, I have torps that do good damage. And I can just kind of hold down these corners as long as he stays spotted. Our Akatsuki is getting a little greedy right there, shooting with only his 1,000 life. But I imagine I can just hold down this point right here if he does charge, and I'll show you kind of the idea of how I knew where he was. Now my div mate is in a battleship, so we end up using his plane to kind of give us an advantage here, because we're going to lose angles on this guy when he curls around this island. So I'm watching him. So remember, 7 kilometers is all we have. So right now we just lost line of vision. I don't want to go that way because my detection is pretty high. So I asked my battleship if he had a plane, and he said, in fact, he does. So that's amazing. And so this Ganize now, I thought maybe he'd push the cap and try to get some shots on him. All right, Katsuki's doing an awesome job at chilling at that, and chilling and taking out the other cap. So we're going to get all of them. Right now, it's a Ganize now, which has torps and an amazing ship. I thought I would just smoke him with torps right there against our Queen Elizabeth, which is tier 6. So again, bottom tier, we're doing pretty damn good. And I was like, all right, GG, easy. This Ganize knows going to keep going. This is going to be awesome. We're going to get cracking right here. No big deal. No big deal. And he throws on the jukes again. So I don't know if he had vigilance or what, but he got really lucky a bunch of these times. So in go the torps. Our Queen Elizabeth got wrecked a little bit. So he's going to turn away. And again, I'm just going to hold down the corner. I mean, what is the battleship going to do? He's going to be spotted until he shoots down that plane. Our Akatsuki's doing an awesome job. He's smoking up. Be able to put in some extra damage, maybe force a fire or something like that. Right now, we're just waiting. So as you can see, he's still capping. And he's moving towards our Queen Elizabeth. So imagine he's just going to try, as we joke, say, save a star. And just try to get that last kill. But as you can see right now, he's capping the cap. So we know he's on cap. So he just left. So that means, as you can see on the map, he just left cap, so that means he's in this area. So I'm just holding down. I'm literally holding down this angle and waiting. He ended up being a lot farther ahead than I thought, which kind of sucked. But we're going to send in these torps and save our Queen Elizabeth. So in they go. Not much he can really do. He's not going to be able to dodge my torps. I'm at 2.8 kilometers. And we're going to lock in this Kraken. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing. And first set was a miss, but second set, there's no way it's going to miss unless we get robbed and the game ends. The game ends of another 20k and a kill. That kind of sucks. So, all in all, the Aigle, the tier 6, I think is going to be very, very strong. It seems to be a lot more fun once you figure out the play style of the ship. Hopefully it's a sign of what this line has of kind of being that Bwiskovitsa line. If you guys have never played that ship, it's amazing. Pick it up if it ever goes on sale. It's a lot of fun to play. I'm looking forward to this line, though. It seems like it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm really looking forward to that playstyle of the kind of greedy, aggressive destroyer hunter and causing havoc on everything, and kind of maybe taking some limelight away from the Germans and the USN as maybe a new line um, to hunt down DDs. But anyways, that is it for me, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. These stats are final now, so the ship will be sold relatively soon, and look forward to seeing you guys out there if you do pick up the ship. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.